displeasure. And it might get worse. It has got worse. Nicky Butt's deflected shot, despite the hand that Sorensen got to it, has found the back of the net, and Manchester United, with 4 minutes to go, have at this moment at least rescued a point. And Peter Reid's anger will be even greater. But in all fairness, you have to say it's been coming for some time. Nicky Butt shot through the crowd. Maybe this angle will tell us if it hit somebody. It certainly did. It hit a Sunderland defender, and that deflection took it sufficiently far away from Sorensen, who still managed to get fingertips to the ball, but couldn't keep it out. And they celebrate on the Manchester United bench what could be one of their most important goals of the season.
Rossetti's cross was a little wayward. Petrescu had to track back. Tome. Lambourne. Spinning away from Briscoe, but he'll need support from Petrescu. Petrescu's cross. Poyet's header. Dennis Wise. Sneaked in round the back. And Chelsea are in front. Sheffield Wednesday looked in vain for an offside flag, which wasn't forthcoming. Wise honours a sub to the injured Deschamps, has broken the deadlock here. And Chelsea lead by a goal to nil. Poyet knocked it on. Wise knocked it, covered by Hinchcliffe. Chelsea again, and picking out Flo! Fine finish from Tor Andre Flo. 2 quick goals for Chelsea. The manager has said they must treat every game like a cup final. This cup final is going pretty well so far. Sheffield Wednesday left Flo in space. Credit to Poyet for not only winning the ball back, but for spotting him. The rest, well, he kind of makes it look easy, doesn't he, Flo? It isn't. Hinchcliffe. And Luca Vialli seeing his side ease towards 3 points, really. Dennis Wise's cross, and Poyet in there. It's bundled in by Jody Morris, and Chelsea have a third. Morris just on as a sub. Surprise that the influential Uruguayan international Gustavo Poyet has had a hand in all 3 Chelsea goals. Srnicek pushed his header away, but Morris was on hand. It's only Jody Morris's second Premiership goal in his last 34 games, and they don't come much easier than that, do they?
Looking pretty fired up, and here is Mark Overmars allowed to run and shoot, and it was too hot to handle for Nigel Martin. He's been among the goals, Mark Overmars, and this was nearly another. Here's the corner, flicked on neatly by Petit for Vienna. Well, he nearly marked his return with a goal. He's finding it hard to gain any kind of foothold, and Fuel's been kept pretty quiet so far, but here is Bridges. Grimaldi's down. Bridges to Smith, and Seaman with a great save, and Silvino nicking it away from Bowyer. Leeds so close to what would be a shock lead. Up goes Petit with the header. Henry. Kanu. Oh, lovely spin from him. Martin's lost it, and Freddie Ljungberg. What a big goal that is for Arsenal. Ljungberg around to pick up the pieces. 32 minutes gone, and Ljungberg, who's worked so hard, gets his reward for following up. Nigel Martin won't be happy about that. David O'Leary will want more from his side than this. Arsenal completely dominant. This is Kanu, another nice turn. And a decent ball too for Thierry Henry, who has Redamy for company, but it doesn't matter. It's 2-0, and that looks game, set, and match for Arsenal.
The United States international nearly made a dream start, but was denied a goal when Matt Clark saved from close range. From then on, Paul Jules Bradford showed greater purpose. Stuart McCall's through ball found Lee Mills, who shot beat Paul Gerrard, but not the post. Bradford's confidence was growing with Mills a constant threat. Again, the woodwork came to the visitors' rescue.
True to form, it was Newcastle who struck first. Duncan Ferguson latching on to Alan Shearer's inviting cross for his third goal in 3 games. In the 53rd minute, Newcastle doubled their advantage, and Alberto Solano's persistence and then precision through ball released Alan Shearer. The England striker, back to his best, needed no second invitation. It was his 18th goal of the season. Ferguson and Shearer have hit 7 between them in the last 3 games, and they nearly struck again. Ferguson's header beating Flowers, but not the post. The big Scot unable to put away the rebound. At just 7 minutes from time, Leicester got themselves back in the game. Greek midfield man Theo Zacharakis' 25-yard free kick squeezed past United keeper Steve Harper to give Leicester and their manager Martin O'Neill a glimmer of hope. And that hope almost became a reality in stoppage time, but Emil Heskey headed Rob Savage's cross straight into Harper's arms.
Gerard Houllier would have been delighted in particular to see Michael Owen pounce early in the second half with a classic poacher's goal. Anfield roared its approval. That Owen goal broke Wimbledon's stubborn first-half resistance. Robbie Fowler received a hero's welcome on his Anfield return from injury, but Wimbledon looked as if they were going to spoil the party when Marcus Gale headed an unopposed equaliser seconds after Fowler's appearance. Irish international Kenny Cunningham providing the ammunition. Then a moment of genius from Patrick Berger. Not much Neil Sullivan could have done about that. Merseyside's favourite son had the last word, though. A hopeful ball was helped on by Vladimir Smitsa and expertly finished by Fowler. David Pepitrini gave them the ideal start on 17 minutes, firing home his first goal for the club. What a moment for the youngster in only his 3rd game in the first team. And 15 minutes later, Watford went 2 up. The ball was swept forward to Frenchman Xavier Gravelaine. He opened his account for the club in spectacular fashion. Gravelaine's shot may have taken a slight deflection to leave Jones with no chance. Kevin Davis's cutback eluded all 4 Watford defenders, and Luis Boa-Morte scored his first ever Southampton goal. Just 2 minutes later, the Saints were level.
Hughes setting up Kevin Davis for his second goal this Christmas. 2-2, and it looked like Watford had blown it until Gravelane stepped in again. It won't go down in anyone's list of goals of the season, but it was like a nugget of gold for Watford.
West Ham were hoping to make up for their poor form of late at home to strugglers Derby County, but it was the visitors who got their noses in front after 4 minutes through Dean Sturridge. West Ham, though, was soon level, an equaliser fashioned and executed by the individual skill of Paolo Di Canio. It was the Italian's 9th league goal of the season, and maybe one of his best. Di Canio, acting captain in the absence of Steve Lomas, was clearly relishing the job. He nearly put West Ham in front just before the break, only to be denied by some brilliant goalkeeping from Estonian international Mark Poom. The Harry Redknapp's side, another valuable 2 points dropped at home.
Despite the Villa pressure, it was Spurs who took the lead. There seemed little danger when Tim Sherwood collected the ball. Sherwood following up his 2 goals against Watford on Boxing Day with this one for the scrapbook. Midway through the second half, scorer Ian Taylor. It was the 4th goal in as many games for Taylor, who grew up supporting Villa at the Holt End. Villa should have taken all 3 points.